Hello everyone, and welcome to another another video on the Mancini, the amazing channel. We're on another episode of Pokemon A to Z, where we go very slowly through the alphabet, from A and also from Z. We are here with, honestly, a really interesting combination of Pokemon. It is just a solo episode today, as it is the day that the video is coming out, and I didn't manage to con any of my friends into appearing incredibly last minute. The draft in VBL is going well underway, as is the draft in PBA, though I don't think I've discussed that, and I'm probably not making content on it, unlike the draft in VBL, which I do intend to make content on. So we have Drifblim, who is an interesting Pokemon, definitely something that I think of very strongly associate with draft. Not something I particularly strongly associate with really anything else. Not a Pokemon that's classically had a lot of significant placements in VGC to memory in my memories in Generation 7 and 8 and now in Generation 9. And Scream Tail, who has had some pretty interesting tournament performances in this generation, though has very much trailed off. So Drifblim's main thing is that it has access to the ability Unburden, which doubles its speed when it loses its held item. That said, yeah, if you lose the ability or you get an item back, then you lose the Unburden boost. That makes it one of the fastest Tailwind setters in the format. That said, still slower than Prankster Pokemon. But before this generation, you didn't used to be immune to Fake Out with a Prankster Pokemon, so this allowed you to set Tailwind around Fake Out when you could proc the Unburden at lead, which you would do generally by leading it next to terrain. I think I remember seeing this in a very limited capacity being used in Generation 7 next to Tapu Lele. I wouldn't be shocked if it saw some use with the other Tapus, but Lele was definitely the main one that benefited from Tailwind. It's very, very strong. I can't really think of a comparably powerful turn 1 sort of option to that Lele Drift lead. And that was definitely popular in draft at the time. Now, I don't know what to do outside of probably still click Tailwind. I actually had an interesting idea of running a fairly offensive set with this Scream Tail, designed actually here with Drifblim to take advantage of the Unburden with acrobatics. So, problem was that he didn't have any way to up its physical defense, up its physical attack itself, which isn't fully a problem because I am trying to use the team around it. But I think that the Drift is probably sitting with something like this, where I'm trying to have sustain on it and run a Grassy Seed, because I'll probably be putting Rillaboom on this team. Again, the idea being that the Drifblim can have sustain and take support from the other side, and then use Hypnosis as its main support option here. And then Acrobatics is strong. AD attack is fine if you are this strong, basically. So apparently the main recommended set is incredibly physically defensive, which makes a lot of sense. It is also especially offensive rather than physically. The main reason is your EVs are most efficient to invest straight into your defensive stats until they get to be half of your HP stat. 156, I assume that this is a speed integer that makes sense. I'm just going to go mono acro, and Terra-wise, I am probably going flying. Oh man, I saw a much more devious version of this with minimize instead, which would be funny, but I don't think really actually helps. And then here with Scream Tail, let me pull it up. I had it on my screen earlier. So it has one particularly interesting support move. I'm going to run Play Rough, Howl, Encore, and Disable. With Howl, I can use it to support the Drifblim. So Scream Tail does literally whatever you want. This Pokemon is incredible in draft. The Drifblim really only gets the speed control. It's got Wisp Hex. It's got access to Knockoff. It does technically have Hypnosis and Thunder Wave. I generally think you prefer Wisp, but Thunder Wave is definitely not terrible. And yeah, Hex is sort of your main option. Knockoff is really good. Clear Smog has utility. Calm Mind is something you can get off in draft easier. I think I prefer definitely the just clicking Acro. and not trying to set up your own defensive thing, trying to use Hypnosis more as a support option. It does have access to Helping Hand as well, which is pretty cool. But yeah, the main thing is definitely the incredibly fast Tailwind, as well it does have the access to Imprison Trick Room, which is quite useful in VGC. So yeah, Encore Disable with Scream Tail. You can really run like Bulk Up, you can run Howl, you can run Calm Mind, you can run whatever. This Pokemon with a setup move becomes very frustrating to deal with. Play Rough is a good move. It has access to Parasong as well, which is one of the best options for a Parasong team. It does have access to dual screens, which are pretty good. It really just has so many different moves. But yeah, Stored Power is also one if you're running like a Calm Mind version of the Mon. Oh, it's Misty Explosion. That's cool. Relatively few Pokemon with Misty Explosion this gen. Although Rising Voltage is significantly worse with only Smeargle and Raging Bolt. So my thoughts are we just run Booster Energy to get the probably the special defense boost, since we are running a lot of ways to mitigate the physical defense on other Pokemon. What does this say to run? 36 speed? So it says max HP, 36 speed, and then the rest in whichever defensive stat. I definitely want to get the boost into special defense, because I've got this as a very effective way to mitigate like physical offense with Strength Sap. Now we want Rillaboom here as well, so it can benefit from Scream Tail, giving it access to Howl, and from the Drifblim's Tailwind, I guess, more so than Drifblim's Hypnosis. I actually think this probably means, since we are trying to run this with the Drifblim, we can probably just go Swords Dance Knockoff. Probably run, like I'm considering Covert Cloak, but Clear Amulet is probably better to immunize us from opposing control. Could be Citrus as well. Citrus definitely isn't bad. But I definitely like the idea of trying to make the Rilla SD. I definitely like the SD Rilla. Honestly, it could even be Miracle Seed or Meteor Blade, or it could be Citrus. I think I'm leaning Citrus. So since I am bringing Rilla all the time if I want to use the Drifblim effectively, I think that means that I am going to have to build 3 other Pokemon that, in my view, work reasonably well with Rillaboom. So definitely have to keep that in mind. I'm actually going to look at the speed. I mention this every time I do it. I'm going to have to take a look at the speed thing to figure out what I want to Rillaboom to hit in Tailwind. So currently it's hitting 218. I want it to at least outrun like Adamant Scarf Urge, which means I need to be 112 in terms of my actual speed stat. So that hits 224, which is 1 point faster than Scarf Urshifu if the Scarf Urshifu is Adamant, and I think that's good. I don't even have a Terra for this. Like, I have no idea what to Terra these Pokemon. Flying seems fine on Drifblim because it means that I'm no longer weak to Ghost and Dark. The same thought process on Scream Tail, to be honest. Not being weak to Ghost anymore seems good. On Rillaboom, I probably want to be like Terra Fire, so I'm immune to Wisp and also a Fairy Resist. And then just what are Pokemon that are good, I think, is the thought process now. We probably want some... We want some stuff that doesn't care if Tailwind is up turn 1. Ideally something that is reasonably good next to Scream Tail. Could pick like an Ogerpon as well. I do like the Ogerpons. I'm leaning towards... I think with the Tailwind, I think I'm leaning Half-Flame, and with the Rillaboom. Rillaboom's very good with the Wellspring Ogerpon as well. Rillaboom's just very good. Sorry, Ogerpon's just very good with Rillaboom. Getting access to Grassy Glide on a Pokemon that isn't Rillaboom is cool. Ivy Cudgel. I'm going to run Swords Dance and follow me. And this is definitely not the investment I'm running on Fire Upon. Okay. My gosh, the actual investment is not very different. So yeah, that's apparently the Ogerpon investment. That's the first bulk invested one I've seen. I don't love Adamant because I'd like the Ogerpon to be able to come in a situation where I don't have Tailwind up. So that's why I'm going with this version of it. Outside of this, a Pokemon that I think it'd be relatively good at abusing Tailwind. Something we're seeing a lot in more recent days is we are seeing Iron Plate on Golden Goat. With just the classic Shadow Ball, Make It Rain, Protect, and Nasty Plot. With the Terra Steel, actually we're seeing a whole very, very wide range of Terras. And this is a Pokemon that I want to be able to have in the back to follow up in situations where I'm able to get Tailwind up. And then something else that's good. Like Urshifu, I guess. CB Urshifu is seeing a lot of play, where even like, we're seeing some of it even in Trick Room with very low speed investment. The main value in running Choice Band is that it allows you to one-hit KO Ogerpon Wellspring, which is just every Ogerpon except for, I suppose, the Sturdy one if Sturdy's up, which is pretty impactful. I don't actually remember the bulk that Urshifu's running. I had a spread at one point, but I don't have it on me. Yeah, apparently it's not a whole lot. Like, that's not a lot, but that's what one of the things said, so I'm gonna go with it. There's a few other ones that have different levels of bulk, but I'm not massively in love with them. Do I have literally... No, I've got Gollinger. I was like, do I have literally 0 special attackers? But, I do have one. So yeah, I do think Scream Tail and Drifblim are both incredibly awesome Pokemon to try and use in draft. I think that Scream Tail probably has its place in regular VGC. I don't actually think that Drifblim makes any sense. That's it. We're gonna go with the Drifblim Rilla. I don't think this is the Make It Rain game, because it seems really bad, so I'm gonna bring Urshifu in the back. I don't love Half Flame here either, because it loses really hard to Gouging Fire. I've said many times, every single time I play Pokemon, I seem to run into Gouging Fire, and would you look at that? I'm playing Pokemon and I run into Gouging Fire. I'm gonna fake out the Instant. I kind of expect the Gouging Fire to Blazing Bulwark. So why am I going for Tailwind? Why am I not clicking Hypnosis? That's actually a very good question here. They clicked it. Okay. That's illegal? I'm gonna click Hypnosis here. I'm gonna go for the Terrifire Swords Dance. And that's how you do it. Nice and 42%, so I'm going to go for another Swords Dance here. And Strength Sap this Incineroar so I get back to full. I kind of expect the Gouging Fire to, be the annoying thing. Surely my opponent will not knock off my Rillaboom here. With Instant. I'm gonna Hypnosis the I'm gonna Hypnosis the Gouging Fire again and click Knockoff into Instant. Probably should be High Horsepower instead of Knockoff. Great news is Hypnosis does go through Protect, but yeah, I shouldn't be I probably shouldn't be Fake Out if I'm trying to run Swords Dance. Click Tailwind here. I mean, Knockoff is my best chip into Gouging, right? It's not very good. I actually did not get very much out of just all of this. Oh, it's still faster than Rillaboom and Tailwind? Or is it a speed tie? No, it was always faster. Okay, I should probably be faster than just speed boosted Gouging. I guess it is faster than the Adamant Instant. So now I have a new damage instant to go for. I'm gonna Strength Sap the Instant again and Wicked Blow the Gouging Fire. I don't think this is a KO, but I don't... I need to get HP back. That doesn't seem very impactful to me. At some point, I had more than 0.4x attack. Unfortunately, now I only have that much. I'm gonna Hypnosis the Incin and Wicked Blow the Gouging Fire again. Their best switch-in is the opposing Incin. Yeah. I'm gonna Acro their Rillaboom. I could consider picking U-turn. Yeah, I think I am gonna go for the. Could also just CC the Incin slot. I'm gonna go for the CC into Incin and Acro the Rillaboom. Minus whatever sucks, but it's still Chip. Chip's gonna be fine. My opponent has left. They're ahead. Why have they left? Do I need to CC the Incin? I think I probably should. It was a really weird time to Rage Quit. Oh, they reconnected. Okay. They timed out. They went for Fake Out with both slots. I don't generally recommend having Fake Out in your first slot. Do I have any? So I have to Tailwind and Wicked Blow the Flutter. And then I need to Acro the... Okay, never mind. Wait, do I lose to Woodhammer? It looks like I may not. Heads up, bros. We may not lose. I'm going for the Play Rough and the Sucker Punch into Rilla. Surely my opponent will glide here. My opponent went for the glide. My opponent's at 7% still. That's more than I'd appreciate them being at. So I can always go for the Play Rough Wicked Blow. And that's how you win. It's all about the Scream Tail. The Scream Tail comes in at the end and clinches. How much does it take from Flutter? Because that Flutter... that Flutter ate the blow, so it was definitely like a very bulky set. I think it might be the 244, 244. How much did it take? 88. Actually, it could just be this spread. This regular bulk spread. Other way, Play Rough was definitely picking up from there. And Wicked Blow was definitely picking this up from 13%. So I guess I would have needed to miss several. I imagine they're specs. Based on Shadow Ball picking up Drifblim, yeah. Definitely looked to be specs. And then, like... So if we look at the specs, Shadow Ball is like not even reliably a 2-hit KO with terrain up. So definitely some matchup that favored my Scream Tail from here. The Rillaboom would definitely be better with high horsepower of a Fake Out, which I meant to do just then, but I didn't click in time. Or even Drain Punch. More recovery, more good. Paulo. Oh yeah, Paulo. Okay. What a weird matchup. So this is definitely the Fire Pond matchup. I think this is honestly a lead Fire Pond Rilla with Drift and Scream Tail. I'm gonna Fake Out the Pelipper and click Swords Dance. Okay, I cannot Fake Out the Pelipper. My opponent is going to click. Oh, Icicle Crash. Never mind, this is free. Oh no, the Hurricane! The Hurricane picked up. Okay, well, I may have lost actually. I take it back. Yeah, I think I've lost. Hehe, good. So I Tailwind, and I go for Howl. No, oh, I'm terrible. So I Tailwind, and I go for Howl. No, I Tailwind and I go for Disable into Baxcalibur. That does way too much for my liking. I'm going to click Strength Sap and a Howl. I really should have Strength Sapped the Baxcalibur. I don't know why I decided to Strength Sap the Pelipper there. Okay, they attacked the wrong slot. Now, do we think that the +1 play rough is going to be enough to KO? We definitely do. Awesome. I'm going to Strength Sap the Baxcalibur and go for that +1 play rough. No, not the Ice Shard! Okay, what the hell is wrong with this calc? That did half. Oh, it was counting the Glaive Rush, but they went for Ice Shard. You know what, fair enough. Sometimes that happens. I should have held again then, I guess. I definitely should have Strength Sapped the Baxcalibur. It's probably Clear Amulet, which means that it would have failed, but, you know, still should have done it. I can't lose. They're out of disable turns. No. Yeah, okay. The Glaive Rush thing I definitely wasn't sufficiently factoring in. Bro. Well, after that terrible turn 1, at least I didn't immediately lose the game entirely. I got 1 KO. That was really bad. That was really bad. I guess I should have faked out the other guy, huh? I'm gonna disable the Pelipper and hope that they randomly click Thunderclap. They did not click Thunderclap. Oh my god, dude. Low ladder and playing badly. Not a great combination. The Terraghost Pelipper turn 1 was definitely very, very effective. This is a really weird matchup. I need to pressure Farag effectively, which means I think that I need to lead... I think I need to drop Rillaboom. I think I need to lead Ursh and Gholdengo. And then bring Scream Tail and Drifblim in the back. I have no idea what my opponent is doing here. I didn't even expect the neutralizing gas. So I want to click Nasty Plot. And U-turn into the Latios. I'm hoping that Latios makes some weird play. Because like there are definitely a lot of plays that punish this Urshifu lead very hard. Like honestly, just obviously a Draco into Urshifu was not very good for me here. Why is it Terra fighting? What on earth was I doing? What was bro cooking? I run Terra Bug for no reason. Because it gives me stat while the other move I have. At least I understand why the Gholdengo is Terra Steel. Okay, well, I can't U-turn into that. I should U-turn the Weezing clearly. Do they Strang Steam? They Wisp. Okay, well that's fine. I need to just make it rain and switch in Drifblim, I think. I could Terra Steel if I'm worried about... No, none of the things I'm worried about are helped by Terra Steel. I could still U-turn. I think I go Hard Drift. Hard Drift sucks though. Okay. Well, I wish I U-turned, I guess. The Gholdengo is taunted, which means it can't protect, which is annoying. I guess the Ursaluna's coming in. Unfortunately, I'm Terra Steel. So I need to switch something in the back, which is Scream Tail. And click Tailwind myself. In the Gholdengo slot, I need to switch out. They have to Blood Moon to KO the Drifblim, which is good news for me, because I don't expect them to click Blood Moon. What on... Okay, there's no way that you need this timer to decide which of the 2 Pokemon in the back you have to bring out, because it's both of them. Any other Terra on Gholdengo would be good here. Okay, on the plus side, this isn't a terrible matchup. I definitely like going into Scream Tail and clicking Tailwind. Surely I will not die to knockoff. Ignore that I die to knockoff. Surely they target the Gholdengo, right? Surely. I have no idea. I don't know what my opponent's going to click here, mostly because my team doesn't make a lot of sense. These two Pokemon make a lot of sense. I don't fully understand why Weezing is on this team. It seems anti-synergistic with most of this team. I know. Can you trigger multiple embody aspects with Weezing? I'm not sure. By the way, I'm pretty sure once Gholdengo comes in Tailwind, or like in neutral speed, I'm in a better position. They clicked Fake Out into the... I suppose they're both Ghost types, but like... that seems very confusing to me. I want to click Howl, and oh no, I need to click Disable with both slots. This is the Disable Pokemon. I'm clicking... No, wait, I'm just going to Encore the Incin. And slash DT Spiky Shield. Can I Strength Zap through it? Perfect? No, from all moves. So I Strength Zap anyways, because it's not contact. By the way, this Incin is not a significant part of the rest of the game at the very least. Problem is that I die to Cudgel. They actually clicked the Encore anyway, which is definitely confusing. Well, I no longer die with Scream Tail, which is nice. I'm going to click Howl. Is that a lie? I'm going to click Disable. I'm going to click Disable. And I'm going to click Hypnosis into the Incin. I don't know why I'm clicking it. Yeah. Into the Incin. I don't really care about the Incin. I'm going to Disable and Hypnosis the Ogerpon. No, I'm going to Howl and Hypnosis the Ogerpon. It's very confusing what to do here. What a weird situation to be in. Intimidate is obviously very bad for an Acrobatics Drifblim, especially when you still have your Rossi Seed. Oh wow, the Ogerpon is not faster than me. So play rough. Not doing a lot to either of these Pokemon at this point. I'm going to click Howl again. That's not true. I'm going to click Disable. Or am I going to click Encore? I'm going to click Encore first. I'm going to Strength Zap the Ogerpon again, and then I can disable it next turn. Because I know that the Scream Tail's the fastest one here. I think there's one more turn left on... Yeah, I'm going to go for that play. No, I'm going to Strength Zap the... Yeah, I'm still going to Strength Zap the Ogerpon. Okay, and now this turn I can disable the Ogerpon and probably just start clicking... No, I'm going to Strength Zap the Incin. So, this is what you do apparently. The Ogerpon is now slower than the... sorry, the Ogerpon is now faster than Drifblim, but it doesn't matter. How many Fake Outs left? 12. Okay, well, fair enough. I don't know why I would click it, why I'm not just... I should be going for Acrobatics into Ogerpon, trying to get damage off. The most important thing is to remove the Ogerpon, because it's clicking a move that's important. Oh, it's a speed type, it's trained Scream Tail and Ogerpon. I did not realize that. I don't know if I should have realized that at some point. We click Encore, and we click Acrobatics. Yeah, because the Incin's move is relevant and the Ogerpon's move is not. So I win. I win once Ogerpon's dead, because I can Encore the Incin to death. Cool. And that's how you do it. Everyone knows that Encore is a balanced, fun, and healthy addition to competitive Pokemon. It's actually a very well-respected move. I think that someone actually recently gave them a medal for adding it. They said this is what makes Pokemon VGC the greatest esports of all time. and I'm pretty sure that it was Doug Bowser himself who accepted it, which was really confusing because he was just leader of the American branch of the publisher of thing. But I guess there's no like Game Freak of America, so Nintendo of America had to be there to accept the award themselves. I have to say, I think the Fairy Terror was a significantly more important one than the Terra Flying. I don't know why it was Terra Flying. But thank you guys all for watching. It's, you know, always a good bit of fun doing more nonsensey sort of stuff on this channel. Definitely interesting. Definitely cool. I like I like me a bit of Pokemon. Drifblim is like, both these are really good draw Pokemon, and I think you could use this sort of a set like on ladder. There's not really anything stopping you. The fact that the Ogerpon hit exactly this 136 speed mark was really weird, and the fact that we didn't speed tie for most of the game was also really weird. But sometimes that happens. Thank you guys all for watching. Goodbye.